just gave you. This is something brand new. You have not seen this in any math class to now. Okay, those equations you just turned in, I'll give you those back tomorrow. We'll go over them. But that stuff's going to be coming up quite a bit this week. The third quarter ends next Tuesday. There will be just, the only thing left for you to do this quarter, later in the week, will be a 20-point quiz. You have 80 points in quizzes, so there's room for just one more 20-point quiz. That'll be later in the week. I'll let you know later what that's about. Well, I can tell you this. Part of the quiz is what you just turned in. That's going to be part of the quiz, exponential equations. Okay, in your notebook, this is March 20th. Up at the top of your notebook, write down this word. Now, this is something brand new for you. I'm going to be talking about this the entire week. The topic is logarithms. And today, I'm just going to give you the introduction to that. Now, look at the handout. For all positive numbers A, with A not equal to 1, and for all positive numbers X, okay, now let me, this is on your paper. Just look at this and then I'm going to explain what this means. The abbreviation for logarithm is just LOG. And you're going to be seeing this LOG all over the place for the entire week. Log of something. That's the logarithm of something. Now, you don't have to get your calculators out, but later on, you know, there's stuff on calculators. There's an LOG button on calculators. We'll get to that later. That won't come up right now. The abbreviation for log is used for logarithm. Now, look at the handout. I'm looking at this right here. You guys have to learn how to read this stuff. Now, it's on the study sheet. See where it says log x? You see how it says is read as? Now just look up here. This is the proper way to read this. You're going to hear this the rest of the week. This means the logarithm of x to the base a. And that's how you read it. Today I'm going to tell you what all this means. This is just going to be an intro. This means the logarithm of x to the base a. Now, on the handout, this is going to be the whole key to today. It says logarithmic form. Now you're going to write something underneath that. And right next to it, it says exponential form. Your homework for tomorrow is going to be going back and forth from these two forms. Now I want you to write on the handout where it says logarithmic form, right underneath it, everybody write down this. Go ahead, right on the handout. Okay, now are you listening to what I just said not even 5 minutes ago? Let's see how well you're paying attention. Somebody, could you raise your hand and read that to me the proper way? Now let me see, are you listening to what I just said? Today's just all intro. Can one of you just read that to me now? I just kind of told you not even 5 minutes ago. David.
Logarithm of x.
Well, start y equals
The logarithm of x to the base of a.
Y equals the logarithm of x to the base a. Now, for the rest of the week, when you see LOG, you can just say log. Log is just the abbreviation for the whole word logarithm. So this is y equals the log of x to the base a. That's the base. Now, look at what I'm writing here. This means that. So today's class is simply me showing you how to go from this form to this form and this form to this form. Rob, get off that iPad. You don't need your iPad right now, I said. where it says exponential form, write this. A to the y equals x. Now, look what I'm doing here. Mark the handout the way I'm doing this. A's the base, obviously. Now, this is exponential form because I'm writing it with something raised to a power. Oh, by the way, all the stuff I did the last 2 weeks, all that stuff I did with exponents and negative exponents and zero exponents and fractional exponents, it's not going away. You still have to know how to work with that stuff, with exponents. It's not going away. Now, back on the study sheet. In working with logarithmic form and exponential form, remember the following. All right, now look. This is the first thing you got to get in your head. See where it says the meaning of this? Now, fellas, I'm going to be repeating this all week. See where it says meaning of log x to the base a? Gentlemen, this thing called the logarithm, it's an exponent. I can't emphasize that enough to you. See where it says there in big capital letters, underline, exclamation point, a logarithm is an exponent. A logarithm is an exponent. In other words, now in your notebook, write down these three things right underneath each other. This is the first thing you need to get in your head. Write down those three little things. I got to get you used to doing this first. This right here, a logarithm is an exponent. Now, look at the handout. I'm right towards the bottom, right above the note. It says, the expression, right here, the expression log of x to the base a, here's what it means. This represents the exponent to which this base must be raised to get x. Now look, you'll get the hang of this in a few minutes here. If I said to you, what's the log of 8 to the base 2? Now, these are pretty basic. If I said, what's the log of 8 to the base 2? What did I just, I'm going to keep repeating this all week. A logarithm is an exponent. I mean, you got to keep saying that to yourself. A logarithm is an exponent. If I said to you, what's the log of 8 to the base 2? I'm basically asking you, 2 raised to what exponent gives 8? That's a pretty easy one, isn't it? 3, right? Now, look over here. The little number's the base. Just remember that. Over here, exponential form. See the A there? That's the base in exponential form. This means this. This means this. I'm going to throw up other examples in a minute here, and I'm going to say, okay, here's log form. Change it to that. Okay, here's exponential form. Change it to that. Look at this one. What would this obviously be? I got to get you used to just being able to interpret what a logarithm is. If I said, what's the log of 16 to the base 4? Very easy question. Remember, the answer is always, what's the exponent? Just remember, a logarithm is an exponent. A logarithm is an exponent. Adam.
2.
Okay, that would be 2, right? Because 4 to the second equals 16. Now be smart here. The log of 1/16 to the base 4. Now come on, you just took a test last week. 4 raised to what exponent would give you 1/16? Now come on, you guys got to be smart and use stuff you just learned from the test you just took the other day. Ethan.
-2.
Now, the log of 8 to the base 2 is 3. Why? Because 2 cubed is 8. Why is this? What's the reason? Because 4 to the negative second equals 1/16. You see all I'm doing here? I'm just converting from one form to the other. Okay, now come on, let's see how smart you are. The log of radical 7 to the base 7. What am I asking you for? 7 raised to what power would equal the square root of 7? Just took the test at the end of last week. 7 raised to what power would equal the square root of 7? John.
1.
Why? Because this base raised to that exponent would equal that. Now look, before I go any farther, this is log form, this is exponential form. Log form, exponential form. Log form, exponential form. Now, part of your homework is going to look like this. But just write these down. I'm going to go right down the line here. Put them in a column. I'm just making these up, but put them in a column. There. Now, the first question I'm going to ask you is, are these all true? Well, that's obviously true. Is this true? Is it a true statement? I mean, when you have a fraction to a negative, don't you flip this and ends to the positive? 10 to the 5th? 100,000, 5 zeros, 4 to that. Okay, what if I said write these in log form? Now look, this is all I want you to do. We're not going to get into solving stuff till tomorrow. All I want you to be able to do today is go from this form to this form and this form to that form. That's all. Here's your 2 conversion factors. A to the y equals x. So in log form, where's the a? That's the little base. What goes after the log? What it equals. And the y is the exponent. Didn't I say a log is an exponent? So if I come over here, let's see if one of you can give me this. If 3 squared is 9, which it is, what would be the log form of that? You don't know what I mean yet? What would logarithmic form be of that? It would be equivalent. It would mean the same thing. Nathan Lutz.
Log of 9 is the base of 3.
To the base 3 equals...
Well, base of 2, then. Why?
No. 3 squared is 9. So see the 3? That's the base. So in log form, there's the base. That's the little a over there.
Yes.
And you're right. 9 goes here. But what did I say a logarithm was? It's an exponent. So you see the exponent? That's what it equals. Now look, do you see that this means this? All I want you to be able to do today is go back and forth with the 2 forms. If I gave you this, doesn't this mean 3 to the second equals 9? There it is, right there. What would be log form of the second one? All I did is change everything. You still don't know what I mean? In the next 5 to 10 minutes, now you got to get this. This is logarithmic form. This is exponential form. Tell me what this is in log form. Ethan.
Log of 25 to the base of negative 3. Oh wait, to the base of 1 equals negative 2.
Please ask me a question right now if you have one. See the base? 1/5 is the base. That's the thing raised to the power. So that's going to be the little number here next to log. The answer, what it equals, is going to be the exponent. Because I kept telling you, log's an exponent, log's an exponent. Is this true? Is 1/5 to the negative second 25? There it is, right there. Give me log form of the third one. Somebody. Jake, wake up. Thank you. Somebody, give me log form of that. 10 to the 5th equals 100,000. Write that in log form. You still don't know what I mean here? Come on, you got to get this today. This is just the intro to this. I'll get into problems tomorrow. I'm not even getting into problems yet. All I want you to be able to do today is convert back and forth. Jack.
Log of 100,000 to the base 10 equals 5.
Log of 100,000 to the base 10 is 5. Is that true? 10 to the 5th equals 100,000. There it is. What's this in log form? That one there. See all I'm doing here? Just writing it in the other form over there. What's the matter? I mean, it's the fourth one. Just, what's this in log form? Andrew.
Log of 1 over 64 to the base of 4 equals -3.
4 to the negative third equals 164. Now, come over here. I'm almost done. Now write down these. Log of 4 to the base 8 equals 2/3. Let's go right down